motivation. So most people think that successful people wake up every day feeling inspired, feeling very energized, and ready to conquer the world. But the truth is, even the most disciplined people get tired.
True.
Because they are humans. Even the most successful people in this world lose motivation. In fact, some days they wake up every day and ask questions like, who sent me on this journey? What am I even doing? Right? And even high performers have bad days. But the only difference is this: they have created systems that keep them moving, even when the motivation, the excitement
Fade.
dies down.
Exactly. Wow, this is quite an interesting and intriguing topic we are going to have and discuss today.
Yeah.
Remember that these live sections are us sharing live experiences on how you can be better all around.
Exactly.
So motivation it is today. Today we want to show you why motivation fades. If you constantly base your life or your activity based on how you feel every single day, trust me, that comfort zone will constantly keep you at a place in life. You won't grow.
Yeah.
All right. There won't be growth, there won't be money, and there won't be results. So we'll show you how to build systems that actually works in real life. And we'll also show you, because a lot of times people have goals, they have aspirations. I want to drive this luxury car, I want to build a house for my parents,
Yeah.
I want to travel the world on
Exactly.
vacations. Solid goals.
Yeah.
All right. But you don't have structures to it. You want to make money. We call it egombute. Like you want to get every money together at once. And sometimes life is not like that. And if your success only depends on how you feel, your results will constantly be up and down. It won't be constant. The goal is constantly to build something that works always, whether you're sleeping or you're awake. And the first thing we are going to talk about is motivation comes and it goes. Let's establish that. Motivation is not something that is there. You don't wake up all day always feeling like I got it. Sometimes you don't got it. Sometimes you want to sleep. Sometimes you want to rest.
Yeah.
Right? Motivations is emotional, like it's based on how you feel and it changes.
Right.
All right. Some mornings you feel excited, like I said. Some days you feel tired. Other times you feel yourself. Sometimes you feel like you can conquer the world. I am prepared for it. I got this. All right. And that is okay. All right. But why many people stay strong and disappear halfway is because in the midst of that motivation, they don't build systems that even when they don't feel like it, there's a structure they should still stick to. All right. Someone said, ignore the results, constantly focus on consistency.
Yeah.
Over time, the results will show. So they start the gym and they stop halfway. They start businesses and they feel like it's not working and they stop. Other times they start content creation. They want people to know them. And eventually they stop because they are getting one views, one like, and all that. And they stop. All right. They start reading a book today. They do it 1, 2, 3 days and they stop. And this particular one will shock a lot of people. You start reading the Bible. All right. I want to finish the Bible in 1 year. All right. And over time, you just stop because you are excited having and sharing those goals. But over time, that motivation, that feeling dies down and you get back to normalcy. All right. The reason is that people are strong. And because you've built everything around temporary emotions instead of permanent systems, feelings are unstable. And because the feelings are unstable, it will not last. But when you inculcate systems to your life, my brother, my sister, forget it. It's just a matter of time. Things will
Begin to fall in place.
work out. Yeah.
All right. So the next one we're looking at is that systems create consistency. Remember, she mentioned systems, right?
Yeah.
That it's better for you to create a system instead of waiting for motivation all day long.
Yeah.
And now we're going to establish the fact that systems create consistency. So people overestimate motivation, but then they underestimate routines.
Routines.
And routines are what help you build a system that works. So the real secret behind successful people is consistency, and consistency does not come easy. It
Does
doesn't
not.
come to you on a platter of gold. Nah, it
Never.
doesn't, right?
Never.
So it becomes easier when your life is structured. Now, let's just give you an example. So if your alarm rings at the same time every day, every morning, and then your work hours are also fixed, you know that, oh, when I wake up every day by, let's say, 5:30 a.m., I have to resume work every morning by 8 a.m. It is fixed, right? And then you have a prayer time also fixed. Maybe I want to pray 1 hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes every morning when I wake up. And the time is also fixed. Like you're not just working on assumption. You wake up 5 a.m., you pray 30 minutes, you get ready 30 minutes, you leave the house, and by 8 a.m., you're in your office, right?
Office, yeah.
And then your learning time is also fixed. Maybe you've decided to say, oh, I'm going to use 2 hours to learn every day. Maybe 2 hours in the morning or noon, or 2 hours before I go to bed, depending on what works for you. So over time, your brain adapts to that, and you stop depending on mood. Now, because your brain have adapted, even when you don't feel like it, you still do it because you've gradually become used to it. This is similar to waking up every morning and brushing your mouth.
Yeah.
Because you're used to it, the moment you don't brush your mouth, you feel like something is off.
True.
So it applies to this as well. If you have a routine, have time fixed and you follow it every day gradually over time, even when you're not in the mood of waking up at 5 a.m., once the alarm is up, you get up, right? So
Sure.
you stop, like we mentioned, you stop depending on your mood. And I heard something last year for the very first time in my life, which says that no matter how no matter the mood you're in, just follow the plan. Stick to the
Stick to the
plan,
plan.
no matter the mood you're in. So you could wake up today very excited, and maybe before the day runs out, you're not feeling that way anymore. Meanwhile, you have your to-do list, right?
True.
Just stick to the plan. At the end of the day, most times when you eventually do that, you realize that it was even better to stick to the plan than to follow your mood.
True.
Because if you keep following your mood, you never amount to anything in this life. So most successful people are not succeeding because they are constantly inspired. They are succeeding because they became structured. And when we say structured, we simply mean that they built a routine around their life and they followed through. So your future is usually hidden inside your daily routine.
Activity. True. Wow. Okay. So that's the second point you just talked about. The third point, I'm going to explain how you can use baby steps to build a perfect routine for yourself. A lot of times people want to make the difference once. They want to make, like I said, people want something big, but they don't understand that they have to build that person that can attract that thing. So anything you've made together, for example, you just made 5 million naira together without a system, without something, it's just a fluke. That's what
Yeah.
they always say.
Yeah.
So over time, either that money disappears without you using it for something, or you may not be able to make that same 5 million
Because you
naira.
don't know how
you
even
got
made
it. It's a
It's going to
fluke.
shrink back.
You come back to your normal money figure in your
10K,
head. All right.
20K, if
So
that's what it
how
is.
should you build daily? First, you are building daily, you are building yourself. And secondly, as you are building yourself, then you are becoming better in whatever it is you are doing.
Wow.
Remember that we are not talking based on a particular business or age. This can be applicable to the young person, the older person, the mom, the dad, the business person. Whatever you are doing, you can literally take this rule and apply it, and it will get you the same result. So your life usually changes through repeated action. She mentioned about prayer. She mentioned about brushing your teeth. You already know that if you don't brush your teeth every morning, there's a consequence, especially
Exactly.
to people around you. All right. You know that if you don't eat or if you don't drink water, there is something.
Yeah.
So you create a routine that every morning you must brush. All right. That is you creating small repeated steps. The next one is maybe I'm into content creation. You tell yourself, I must shoot every day, even when I feel like it or
Or
don't
not.
feel like it. You're a content strategist. You tell yourself, I must make a post every day, even when I don't have anything in my head. So you are building up daily habits for yourself. Before you know it, you every day you start feeling like, oh, something is missing. I've
Yeah.
not done this. You
Yeah.
get to do it.
Yeah.
All right. You see, in the process of it, you are building yourself. On the long run, you now become that person that will attract followers to you. People don't just celebrate, oh, this person is posting, or this person is doing this. Over time, they see that somebody has broken off, because you are not just a normal person again. You have now risen above what people struggle to. Every young
Exactly.
person always has that struggle of building a lifestyle of consistency. But when you have broken through that record, everybody wants to celebrate you. How did you do it? Ma, share with us how you are doing it. What's your daily routine like? You see? So everybody likes that. So small systems may look stressful actually, but
Yeah.
after a period of time, people celebrate it. All right. Success is really built over one dramatic action. Boom, you just got this.
And you
It does
became
not last. And
successful.
it does not last. All right. So would you want to build your life like that, or using baby steps to grow? All right. Most people underestimate what daily efforts can do for you. And because of all this, we want you to understand that if you have to stay long and hard in the game of whatever you are doing in life, you have to create systems and consistency for you to last in it.
Wow, that's very powerful. The next one we're going to look at is building systems around your goals. So we're going to focus on your goals. I know a lot of us have our dreams, those big goals, everything we want to achieve in this life. Nobody wants to be useless in this life, right? So
Yeah.
if you want different results, you don't just only set those goals. You don't wake up on the 1st of January every year, every new year, and then you set financial goals. Maybe at the end of this year, I want to be able to make
So, so,
200
so
million, and then that's it. No. When you set that kind of goal, you build a system around it. How am I going to achieve this? So your goals need direction. Therefore, you have to give it a direction. And the systems that you build around it create, that direction and help you move forward, right? So if
Yeah.
your goal is financial growth, like I just started with, what system supports your financial growth? Do you save monthly? Do you
Okay.
invest consistently? Do you learn high income skills weekly? Do you track your spending? This is another thing. Like, do you track your spending? So if your goal is fitness, what system have you built around
Around
it,
it.
to support it? Some of us, we say we want to stay healthy, and then we eat junk every day, and we say we want to exercise and stay fit, yet we've paid for gym. The money is
Yeah.
just wasting, right? Or maybe because you don't have a system around it. But if you build a system around it, if you have a routine around it, there's a time that is fixed. You even have alarm on your phone that reminds you that, oh, today you need to be at the gym by so time. Oh, today, and then over time you realize that automatically your system, your body adjusts to it, your life adjusts to it. So the day you wake up and you miss going to the gym, you
Yeah.
feel that something
Something
is
is
off,
missing.
right?
Yeah.
And it also applies to food. Now you want to stay healthy, you want to stay off certain foods. Initially at the beginning is going to be tough, but over time, even your cravings will no longer be cravings for those junk anymore.
Anymore.
Why? Because you've built a system around it, you followed it, every day. Now, what habits are helping your health? The next one is, if your goal is visibility in business, what system supports it? How do you want to grow your business, right? For example, when it comes to real estate, we are in the real estate business.
Yeah.
And for some people, they want to thrive in this business, but there are certain things you must do for you to excel. So, are you creating content consistently? Now, this is not just about the real estate business, any business you are into, because in our world today, content is king. So, are you constantly consistently creating content. And after creating your content, do you post it on social media? Do you post it on whatever platform you're using to build your business? And are you consistent? Some of us have 100 videos saved on our phone. I don't know the year we want to post them.
Start putting it out.
You need to start putting it out gradually. Now, are you following up leads? So when you put out your content and leads come in, do you follow up leads? How are your phone habits? Some of us have very bad phone habits, and I believe that's where our money is hanging. So someone sends you a message, they're interested in the business, they're interested in buying something from you, and then they send you a message. It takes you 24 hours to respond to that message. Meanwhile, they've sent someone else a message, and in less than 2 minutes, that person has responded and even closed them, right? And made money. But you're forming king. I don't know. You're with your phone, but you're not responding, right? Now, are you learning sales regularly? You want to sell something. So what are you doing to improve your sales?
Yeah.
In fact, learning about the how of your business, how to go about your business, the things you need to do to improve your business is very important. So, are you doing that regularly? The people progressing are not guessing daily. They don't wake up every day and say, "Oh, I think I should shoot video today. Oh, I think today what works is that strategy one Mrs. Ekene used. Oh, I think no, that's guessing. There is no plan, there is no structure, right?
Yeah.
So they already decide beforehand what happens in their lives. Why? Because of the routine that they have and the effort they put in to be consistent daily.
Wow. So that's the fourth point. Okay. The next point I'm going to talk about is discipline. Discipline becomes easier when systems already exist. Discipline is already, it will become easier for you to be disciplined when you already have that system.
True.
So I believe strongly, as she was talking, what was running through my head is that a lot of wealthy people we know today, I think they created a form of system.
Exactly.
If you have to build something tangible, you have to have a system. If not, you either break down or it will stop halfway. So, as a young person, this is a time for you to start thinking systems. If you are looking to make money in any sphere, you are making clothes, you're a hairdresser, you are someone who does lashes, think beyond you. How can I create systems in what I am doing?
Wow.
And sometimes these things are, you have to sit down and think about it. All right. I know of someone recently who put to bed. She's one of the known fashion designers in our industry here. And she wasn't in the country and her business functioned properly. That is system. All right. It's a system. She's building a business that is growing beyond her. And that is what everybody, if you want to build something that lasts, that's what you should start thinking about. At some point, you've grown, you've gotten a hold of it, then look at how I should be able to put systems in place. Even if it means paying someone, even
do
if
it
it
for
means
you.
employing somebody,
Yeah.
the goal is that there should be a system, because at the end of the day, you cannot do everything. Do you understand? By yourself. So bringing in someone to help you build that system is also in the plan. All right. So that's how you can also stay disciplined. You don't give what you don't have. If you're not a disciplined person and you own a business, it will reflect. But if you've built discipline on your own by yourself, anybody you are getting on board, if the person is not disciplined, the person will either align to you or will fall out of the system.
Just the system will
Sieve the person out. Do you understand? So I just needed to highlight that point, that for you to build a discipline, or for discipline to be easy, it means that a system is already there.
Wow, beautiful. So if you've been following us up until this point, I believe you're getting value. You could just drop that in the comments and let's know that you are following and you're getting value.
Exactly.
Now, we've established a few facts. The first one we said motivation comes and goes. And the second one we said systems create consistency.
True.
Now, the next one we talked about that was small daily actions they matter more than big occasional efforts. Those people who wake up one day, I want to become successful just in one day. And then the next one is that we build systems around our goals, right?
Yeah.
And the next one we also establish is that discipline becomes easier when systems
In
exist.
place.
Now that we've established this fact, I want to share with you how to build a system
System.
that works.
Wow.
How to build a system that works.
True,
And the
true,
first step in building a system that works is starting small.
Small.
Start small and be realistic. She mentioned this earlier. You don't wake up today and expect to be a pro at what you're doing, right? And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. So they create systems that are too difficult to maintain,
True.
especially when they are just
Starting
beginning.
out.
So you want to read maybe you want to start reading. You're not the person who reads, but you realize that reading will help your ministry.
True.
You want to start reading, and then you want to finish a book in 1 week. Just tell me how possible is that for someone who is not used to reading? So the best thing for you to do is to start with a page, not even two. Start with a page.
Every day.
Every day a page. Just to say, okay, for this week, I'm going to read 1 page of this book every day.
True.
And in some cases, some persons will say, okay, I want to read for 4 hours in a day. How? You're just starting. It's going to be difficult for you.
In fact, you do it 1, 2, 3 days and you get
You
tired.
can't even do
You
it the
leave
first
it.
day.
True.
4 hours. Your level of concentration, 4 hours straight, is not possible. People who do that are people who have built it over time.
Exactly.
If you try small, you can do 30 minutes. Like you can do 30 minutes, right? But what if you say, okay, I want to read for 5 minutes every day? And then you start with 5 minutes, you move to 10 minutes, you move to 15. As you grow, you keep increasing the time like that gradually, right? Now, start with someone who never puts out content out there every day wakes up today and say, oh, I want to post 5 days 5 videos every day. My dear,
You'll become overwhelmed by the thoughts. Just the thought of it, you'll become overwhelmed.
So what we're just trying to communicate here is that whatever it is you want to start doing, start small. As you grow, you increase, you improve, and then you progress. Just start small, build around it, build a around it. I remember when I started 90 days challenge, right? I was hearing 90 days challenge. I was only picturing the 90 days, like the number 90 and days. I did not imagine, what it will come with. So I'm supposed to post videos every day for 90 days. How am I going to achieve that? So I started with making 1 video per day until I got clarity that no, that's going to drain me. And it was already draining me. I'd not even done 30 days. I was already feeling drained. So I had to learn that I needed a system. I needed to build a routine around it. I won't just wake up, like go to bed without planning for the next day. Wake up the next day and expect that I will create 5 videos and post them for the next 5 days. So I had to learn to put a routine around it. And that helped me. I think till today, I have a routine. I can't go to bed without, not having an idea or planning for what I have to do the following day. But it started from the days of that 90 days challenge. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the second thing, after the first one, which is start small, is now that you've started small, attach systems to your already lifestyle, existing lifestyle. We are not saying you should change everything about you to start a new person. No, it's going to be difficult. We're just saying that you attach systems to the life you're already living. Okay. This thing she said is powerful, which is before you sleep in a day, think of what you want to do the next day.
Yeah.
Think of things you want to achieve the next day. That's how it will help you. You wake up the next day, you are not looking planless. Somebody will not call you and be like, hey, are you available? Come, let's go out.
And you just follow.
Because you don't have a plan for
A
the day.
plan for
But
the
if you
day.
have a plan, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, 3 things, 2 things, and when you achieve it, you're happy with yourself. You set another one. All right. Sometimes we believe in ourselves more because we've set goals and achieved it. It doesn't matter how big it is. You've set small, 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 tiny goals and you've achieved
Exactly.
it. You now believe in yourself the more to set another higher goal. All right. That's
True.
how life works. You don't, for example, a baby, you won't tell a baby, oh, yeah, start walking by yourself. The baby has not learned the art of walking. So you just
Yeah.
want to wound that baby, right? So, but now the baby has learned first 2, 3 steps, and he or she has seen that, oh, I can do this. Next time he will try again. Next time
Keep
you try.
adding
Do
the
you
steps
understand?
until-
So please, let's attach systems in our lives already. As a young man, young lady, or someone who is already doing business, attach systems so that you don't become someone without goal, aspirations, and life will constantly work every day like that.
So I just want to add something to what she said. You know, if you don't plan how your day would be like, you could be everywhere because you don't have something for yourself. That is why I'm going to say this for some of us. That is why they call you for an event and you attend. You're not supposed to be in that event if you plan, if you have a plan for your life. You know, you're in places you're not meant to be. Why? Because you don't have a plan for your life. I just wanted to add that to what she said.
Yeah.
Now, the next step is for you to remove obstacles that make consistency difficult. We've been hammering on consistency, you know, starting small, but there are certain measures you need to put in place to ensure that this thing is a success. And this one is very, very important. If distractions are everywhere, your system will struggle, right? So imagine that you wake up and you say, okay, I'm going to read for 5 minutes, but the notifications on your phone will not allow you to read. Like there's a message popping up on WhatsApp, you know, something pops up on Facebook, on IG, and you quickly run there, let me check. You realize that let me check, you've spent 2 hours scrolling on social media. You know, at the end of the day, you come back and, oh, I was supposed to read for 5 minutes. What did I do? So, in order for you to ensure that you're able to stick with your 5 minutes, you know, daily reading time, all you have to do is mute the notifications on your phone, right? Or you could block out every form of distraction. Some people will even put their phones on flight mode and just, you know, just put a time frame to it. I'm going to read for 1 hour. I'm going to study for 1 hour, and they ensure that they study for that 1 hour. Any call that come in, any form of distraction, if you like, knock on that door from now till tomorrow, they will not open it. You know, so I learned a few of these things from some successful people. You could adapt them as well. This is just one of those instances, right? So if you want to create content consistently, if you want to maintain consistency, right? Plan your ideas ahead and then include, you know, the fact that you're going to be distracted somehow, and then plan as well to ensure that you're not distracted. Okay. Good systems reduce friction. They make positive actions easier and negative habits harder.
Whoa. Are you finding value in this our live section? If you are, please let us know in the comment section. Maybe type value, type what it is that has touched you, like whatever it is, like this video, and also share to other people around you. The next thing or the next way to create goals that work is create specific and repeatable action. Success sometimes is boring, or the act of becoming successful is boring.
Very
All
boring.
right. So it's not something
interesting.
you are happily going to want to do. But at the end of the day, you will get what you are looking for. The perfect example to explain this for me is that a part of when I was starting out life, I wanted something for myself. I didn't want to do so much. I asked myself, what is it that I will get today? And it will reflect in every other area of my life. Because then I'm always writing goals in relationship, my marriage, parenting, spirituality. So I had a lot of goals. And at the end of the day, I always feel tired. I'm not meeting up. in fact, did I miss that? I also wanted money goals too. So it was a lot. I was always feeling tired and I wasn't achieving anyone. So I had a conversation with someone who brought clarity my way. He told me that what is one thing that I can get today? And when I get it, it will eventually reflect in every other areas of my life. And I had that conversation with myself and I got it. And when I got it, I focused on it so much that it was the major thing I was focused in my life at that stage in my life. And at the end of the day, when I started hitting it, every other part of my life started making sense. Sometimes what it could be for me is not what it could be for you. Other people, they just want sanity in their marriage. Other people, they just want money. They don't really journalize this thing. What I mean is don't make it feel like it's not possible. It's money you want. So what is it you can start doing today that will help you start giving value for money to come? All right. Intensify it, build consistency around it. And before you know it, when that money starts coming, you are happy and you can now start becoming a blessing to every other areas of your life. All right. So this is what I'm trying to do in these points. Create specific and repeatable actions. All right. So when I got my goal, what I wanted, I created repeatable actions. That was what I was doing every single day. I wasn't feeling bad. I wasn't feeling, oh, I was doing too much of it. No, till I broke out from it. And when I broke out, like I said, every other thing still was in time. Exactly. Yeah. So
So the last one that we are looking at, which is the fifth point, is for you to track your consistency. And I'd like to add that track your growth as well.
True.
So what get measured always improves. Some people think that they are inconsistent, but they've never, actually tracked their efforts. Now, if you track your efforts, you'd understand what is happening around you. You have an idea what you're supposed to improve on, and you would know if, you've grown to add or increase it. Maybe let's say you're doing something 4 times a day. It's time to start doing it 6 times a day, right? So you can use different measures to track this, and you can maybe use a journal, a calendar, a check list, a habit tracker. In some cases, people look for accountability partners.
true.
So they ask, oh, I'm on this journey, I need this. I think I used to do that a lot. Well, during my 90 days, after 2 weeks, I'll come and be asking
And check.
questions. And these last 2 weeks, I did this, I did this. What do I need to improve on? I think I still do that now. I ask those kind of questions because they help me, work on myself. They help me improve myself. So seeing progress motivates continuation. If you do this, you're going to see that, oh, you're growing, you're taking baby
Yes,
steps,
I'm growing,
you're
yes.
achieving something. It helps you believe in yourself more, just like she said, and it improves your motivation, and then it also helps you continue what you're doing. I learned something that if you're doing something repeatedly the same way and it is not giving you results, why not change how you're doing that thing?
Exactly.
Now, if you track this, you'll be able to know if this thing I'm doing, is it really giving me results? What other way can I use to
Exactly.
achieve this same goal, right?
True.
And if you miss one day, don't quit completely. Some people start a journey, and I'm
True.
going to use the one that is very common around us. Maybe you started going to the gym and you miss one day, and then you feel so betrayed, you feel so disappointed in yourself. Oh, you missed just one day and then you quit completely. No, one bad day is not failure. So the danger is when you miss one day and that one day becomes 1 month. So simply because you miss one day, you feel so bad, you don't go at it again until one day becomes 1 month. That's the one that is very, very dangerous, right? So consistency is not perfection. Consistency is not perfection. It simply means returning again and again and again. So that is what we're leaving you with today. Maybe you're out there, you're following us today, and you feel that, oh, I need to be perfect. No, we're not asking you to be perfect. Start where you are, start with the baby steps, and also remember that doing it is better than being perfect at it, and gradually you grow into what your idea of perfection is.
At some point, I didn't want to break. I wanted to shout, power! Consistency is not being perfect, all
Yeah.
right? And as we round up this video, what I will say to you watching this video up to this point is you don't need motivation to change your life.
Exactly.
Build systems that keep moving, even when the motivations disappear. Motivations are solid, but much more than motivation, we need to build something beyond you. That's why you need a system, right? Because people winning consistently are not superhumans. They just
Exactly.
have systems that are working even when they are not on ground, right? So they became intentional. They decided to keep showing up even when they feel like it or not, right? If this session helped you and retain consistency and growth, share this with someone you know who would need it, because a good system can change your entire future, right? Your life is not shaped only by your dreams, it is shaped by what you repeatedly do. So, what's one thing you start doing today to bring that joy and happiness your way? Let us know in the comment section. Until we come your way again.
Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.